back to the Georgia Dome. I'm Charlie Jones along with Bob Trumpy. At halftime, the Denver Broncos are leading by a score of 23-7. In reality, the only highlight or bright light for the Atlanta Falcons in the first half was that drive and the touchdown right before halftime.
Yeah, they got 92 yards on that drive. They have 111 yards total for the first half. They have 11 yards rushing on 10 attempts. So very little of what Atlanta has tried, both offensively and defensively, has worked. And look, Charlie, Dan Reeves warned us of this.
Yep.
He told us yesterday, we need a win. We need a win against anybody. We can't compete. These guys are too good. I know that football team, and he was right. He was absolutely correct. And that's part of the problem that Dan Reeves faces here, is building confidence in this team. And when you look at the halftime stats, time of possession, everything in favor of the Denver Broncos. The one turnover, a mistake by John Elway, in my estimation, throwing the ball
with the interception. The one turnover. That, of course, is the Coors Light halftime stat. Please send help. Not a bad idea. A building process, and it takes time.
Yes, and I think Dan Reeves understands that. Frankly, I think ownership of the Atlanta Falcons understands that. And
I'm not sure the fans understand it.
No, they never do.
That's true. Here is the return by the Atlanta Falcons, Jerron Bolden. The return man played at Mississippi Delta. Possessions in the first half.
Well, the only bright spot was that 9-play, 92-yard drive for a touchdown at the end of the half, and it really was set up by one big catch by Terrence Mathis. Look at that. Three plays.
The missed field goal, by the way, was 52 yards. It wasn't a chip shot by any manner. Atlanta will start the second half from their own 31-yard line, first down. Chris Chandler, the quarterback. Falcons look good in their last drive of the first half. Nice hole right up the middle for Jamal Anderson. He has rushed for only 147 yards thus far coming into the game. Aldridge and Crockett stopping him. You mentioned earlier last year over 1,000 yards, 1,055.
And watch the way he cuts back. It looks like the Denver defense over pursues a little bit. 51 Mobley way outside, and that's what happened last week against Cincinnati. Kajana Carter broke a big long play. And you have to stay disciplined in this style of defense that Greg Robinson has.
9 yards, second down and 1. Anderson again. He'll pick up the first down along with about 3 yards along the way. Tyrone Braxton makes the tackle. Let's look at a comparison of Chris Chandler, John Elway. Elway 10 of 1,863 yards. Chandler 9 of 1,523 yards. 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown. Elway has thrown the interception.
That may be the most deceptive set of halftime quarterback stats I have ever seen in my life.
It really is.
One quarterback in complete control, and Chris Chandler here running for his life.
Meanwhile, Elway getting loose on the sideline. First down. Little play action fake, far side. Pass is complete, going to the fullback, Bob Christian. Tyrone Braxton with the tackle in. The Falcons continue to move the football like they did in that last drive at the end of the half.
Yeah, Charlie, I think the only thing that Dan Reeves can do is just continue with the education of this team, stay with the game plan as best they possibly can. See, again, Chris Chandler hit. This time it looked like Alfred Williams, 91. No, it's Neil Smith. Romanowski is picked up by Jamal Anderson on the outside. Neil Smith free on the quarterback on the inside. But Dan Reeves has to stick with the game. He has to teach even in a losing effort.
Second down 6, whistles and flags. Matt Willing may have jumped. Offensive tackle.
Ball start. Offense prior to the snap, number 77.
It was.
5-yard penalty. Still second down.
5-year veteran from the University of Southern California.
Yeah, so now Atlanta faces second and long yardage, which is the zone blitz area for the Denver Broncos. So now Chris Chandler's in jeopardy once again.
Second 11. A little over 2 minutes into the second half. Denver leading 23-7 over the Atlanta Falcons. got his hand up, had a piece of it. So it'll be 3rd down and 11. Santiago, the intended receiver.
Yeah, you know, I think if Smith doesn't tip this, watch 51 right behind the line of scrimmage. See, he's running right in front of the receiver. I think if Neil Smith does not tip it, Mobley's going to make the interception. Neil Smith is celebrating. Mobley saying, Neil, keep your hands down, will you?
3rd down and 11. How costly that penalty becomes.
Yes.
It has stopped the drive to this point. 4 wide receivers for the Falcons. Blitz is coming. Out of the backfield, tipped incomplete.
That's Neil Smith again.
Smith got a hand on it again. Harold Green, the intended receiver, so it'll be 4th down. The Falcons were underway. They were moving. The penalty so costly.
Yeah, here's Smith right over here, and again, he just makes a little bit of penetration and sticks his hands up. And the ball is intended for Harold Green. Can't make the completion.
2 yards back.
Pretty good timing by Neil Smith.
Yeah. Points out that old adage that coaches say it's not the number of penalties, it's when they come.
Absolutely. They always seem to hurt when you're not winning.
Fair catch taken at the 22-yard line by Darian Gordon. Flag is down. We've got a flag dropped at the 26-yard line. Dick Hantak, the referee, to sort it out. Neo Smith on the sideline. A couple of rejections.
Holding. Receiving team during the punt. 10-yard penalty. It'll be 1st down.
12-13, time remaining, 3rd quarter. Denver up 23-7. Back in a moment. Broncos' first opportunity on offense in the 2nd half. They started their own 13-yard line. They start with Terrell Davis. Out across the 20. Our houses in the AFC. The Atlanta Falcons with a bye next week.
Offense, number 75. Penalize half the distance to the goal line. Repeat the down. 1st down.
Brian Habib, there is the schedule. New England, then the bye. At Oakland, at Buffalo, Seattle, Carolina, at home at Kansas City.
Yeah, actually, that game next weekend against New England, I think a lot of people felt that that was the conference championship game of last year. Obviously, Jacksonville didn't get that message, and Denver stayed home.
1st down. Elway looks right, comes back left. He is hit, just leans forward to get back in the field of play. Just barely avoids the safety.
Was it Hall 98 or Archambault 92?
Hall 98, I believe.
There's good coverage down the field because you can see Elway look right first. Nobody out there, nobody to go to. Now he senses he's in trouble. Yes, it is Hall. But Elway, it's where the ball is, and Elway gets the ball out in the field of play. No safety.
2nd down, 22, 1-yard line. 5 wide receivers. Over the middle, pass is complete to Rod Smith. Smith is decked. The ball was down, I believe. He was hit by Devin Bush, the free safety.
Again, Charlie, that was that spread formation. Try to stretch the defense as best you possibly can, and this is just a short completion. You hope Rod Smith breaks this tackle. It was a good hit. He did fumble it, but recovered it. So it was ruled a catch, fumble, recovered.
11-yard line, 3rd down, 12.
Same formation again, Charlie.
This surprised Atlanta in the 1st half.
Yes.
Should not surprise them now. 5 wide receivers. Elway is going to be sacked at the 5-yard line. This time, Chuck Smith got it.
The adjustment that Atlanta has made is they're putting in 5 defensive backs. They got just a 4-man rush. Chuck Smith bottom of the screen. They run a big twist. And actually he's blocked reasonably, but when Elway is flush from the pocket, he runs right into Smith for the sack. And you got to celebrate something. Forget the scoreboard. You're down 23-7. We at least got a sack.
Tom Roy, back edge of the end zone. If he steps back on the line, it's a safety. Has to hurry. Oh, he gets off a great kick. Super kick. Todd Kitchen takes it 41-yard line. 45, 50 on the return. Nice return, but a super kick from the back edge of the end zone. Under all kinds of pressure. 54 yards on the kick. An 11-yard return. Back in a moment. 23-7 yards and a touchdown. Yesterday he told us two things. First, we have to fight one play at a time. Just one play at a time. We have to think that way. Also, he said defensively, Denver does not leave the middle of the field open. We have to go wide. This is the best field position to start a drive they've had. Has the pressure downfield, intercepted at the 30-yard line. Picked off for the Denver Broncos. It's Darian Gordon on the return. Gordon with an interception return this year for a touchdown. And has this one brought down by Jamal Anderson. 20 yards on that return. His second interception of the year. First of the ball game.
Now again, watch the pressure by Denver. They bring three. I got six guys. They also dropped a nose tackle. And actually, Gordon does a great job on this interception. Chandler could not finish his throw because of the pressure. And again, watch the pressure. See the defensive lineman drop out. Romanowski again untouched. Apparently that's got to be 5 times there's been somebody untouched on Chris Chandler. Nothing he can do. He couldn't put any steam on it. A good call by Greg Robinson, too, the defensive coordinator. After a good stand by the Atlanta defense, we'll put the blitz on him, stop any momentum right in the tracks.
Following the interception, Denver with the ball at the 50-yard line. You cash in deep. Sets, goes to the far side, knocked away. Nice defensive play. Shannon Sharp, the intended receiver. William White with the defensive coverage.
Now there's Shannon Sharp out as a flanker. It appears to me, now there's a lot that Denver does on offense, but it appears to me they're kind of showing other teams that they might be facing, like next weekend, a lot of different things here. And Shannon Sharp is a flanker. That puts the strong safety White out on him. Not a great cover guy, a better tackler. Try to make the completion, couldn't get it done.
2nd and 10. Terrell Davis add 5, maybe 6 more yards to his total. William White with the tackle. Terrell Davis has rushed for 66 yards in this ball game. In the first game against Kansas City this year, he rushed for 101. Second game Seattle 107. Against St. Louis 103. Last week Cincinnati 215. Trying to make it 5 straight over the 100-yard mark. He still has some work cut out, but he has time. Elway throws, juggled, and dropped by Ed McCaffrey.
Well, he caught that one, a pass like that last year against, wasn't it Minnesota? Remember at the end of it,
yes.
Bounced off somebody else, ricocheted here, ricocheted there, and McCaffrey makes the catch. A lot of contact out there. And the ball just gets the best of him. Elway's still got a strong enough arm that you'd like to see that ball leave Elway's hand. Gives you a better chance to catch it. Sometimes it just blitzes you. It comes in so quickly.
Tom Rowan will be kicking to Todd Kitchen. Kitchen, in all probability, will let it go to the end zone. We have a flag down. Fair catch around the 10-yard line, but the flag dropped at the 46. 33 yards on the kick. Should it stand? Holding against the Denver Broncos. Hang time was 4.3 seconds.
Holding. Offense, number 57. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. 4th down.
On Alan Aldridge.
Starting linebacker, yeah, most coaches will make him run that 40 yards again. Or in this case, 33 yards again.
Tom Rowan, the kicker for Denver. Dan Straczynski, the kicker for the Atlanta Falcons. Both have been performing well today. So important on field position.
Yeah, and actually this may help Rowan. Again, if they get it down inside the 20, it's a plus as opposed to a minus. You don't like the penalty, but it could turn out to be a plus.
Todd Kitchen, the return man.
choice.
No, big time gamble. 50 yards on the kick, a 4-yard return. Darius Johnson, Randy Hilliard on the tackle. Back in a moment. To Dan Reeves to win, he said we have to stop to Terrell Davis. We have to keep Elway off of the field. We have to have turnovers. He is 0 for 3.
0 for 3 is correct.
Falcons starting at their own 10-yard line. The open on the ground, jumping to the outside is Jamal Anderson. Breaks a block, breaks a tackle, and skips up the sideline with a first down. Nice run to the 27-yard line. Steve Atwater with that shoulder injury and the brace takes him out of bounds as you have a chance to check out the ticker and the other games that are going on in the National Football League.
And that's one of the things that Atlanta needs to do. Actually, every team in the NFL needs to run. It needs to threaten the defense with the run.
A surprise underway. Did you notice Detroit leading Green Bay?
Yes, I saw that. Anderson now 8 carries for just 29 yards.
27-yard line, first down. Anderson again head in the backfield. Retains his balance across the 30 to the 31.
Now Romanowski got in there, kind of disrupted the timing of the play. 53 got his hand on a leg. And Anderson had to wait a little bit. It's going to all take place right out here. Watch Romanowski, 53. Takes on the blocker. Just gets his arm around the knee. And then Michael Dean Perry kind of dives at the legs. And he's down for a gain of a little, not much.
Could have been a loss.
Could have been a lot.
Picks up about 4. Anderson only 2 yards rushing in the first half. 32 yards rushing thus far in the second half. Just over 7 minutes to go in the third. Little play action play rolling with trailers and their Denver Broncos. Pass is complete. O.J. Santiago out of Kent State. The rookie taken in the third round. The big tight end with unbelievable potential at 6'7", 260 pounds. Braxton brings him down. Neat kid. I was really impressed with him. I enjoyed visiting with him because he was having so much fun.
Yeah, I agree. And you also have to consider this young man is now playing his 4th year of American football. Up in Canada, the little bit of football he played is with 12 guys, and you run all over the field, and it's a wide field. So he's still learning how you play American football. But you're right. He is a great personality.
38-yard line, first down. Draw, straight shot up the middle. Hanspard to the 40, 30, 20. Down the sideline, needs a block. Cuts back, is going to be taken out of bounds around the 5-yard line. A check back to the line of scrimmage. No flag. Well, 57 yards.
And so far this season, if there's one negative for the Denver defense, is they're allowing 5.8 a rush. And they're also allowing 132 yards a game. Defensive coordinator Greg Robinson said, look, it's a play or two a game. And this is a perfect example. I also noticed Steve Atwater almost there to make the tackle because of that brace on his arm. Couldn't stretch out, reach out, and make contact on Hanspard to assist on a tackle.
5-yard line, first down, goal to go. Anderson lowers his head, gets to the 1-yard line. Jamal Anderson, a collision course. Tyrone Braxton, Steve Atwater stop him at the 1.
And he rolls over Tyrone Braxton, number 34. Watch him lower his shoulder, boom. 34 just folded like one of those house of cards you see at Christmas, you know. Tough kid, very tough kid, and with proper blocking, he can gain Atlanta an awful lot of yards.
Bob Christian is the fullback, Anderson the tailback. Anderson, hit and run behind the line of scrimmage. Nice play. Keith Traylor.
Now again, I'm suspecting the center. Here's Traylor right here, and he's on the rookie center. And it looked to me like Traylor comes right behind him.
He does.
Right behind him. Almost there to take the handoff. Again, that's that hurt and inexperienced offensive line.
3-yard line. Third down goal to go. Harold Green. Now the tailback. Passing formation, 3 wide, far side, 1 near side. Little motion by Mathis. In the corner, it's there. Bert Emanuel.
just a little out pattern. Crockett, he was looking inside, expecting something else to come his way, and Emmanuel just wide open out there in the corner.
Morton Anderson with the extra point. It is good. Suddenly, the Denver Broncos now lead 23-14. We'll be back with the kickoff. We have 4:12 left in the third. Interception. Darian Gordon. Then the Atlanta defense held. Denver had to kick. They ended up with the ball at the 9-yard line, and they had to put the drive together from there. Actually, at the 11-yard line. 89 yards on the drive. 7 plays. The big play, of course, was the 57-yarder. This one will go out of bounds.
Atlanta's had a 92-yard drive for a touchdown and an 89-yard drive for a touchdown. So certainly positive there for Dan Reeves and his group. All right, now watch what happens here. You're going to see a good lead
out of bounds 30 yards from the spot of the kickoff. So Denver starts at their own 40 with good field position. Henry Crockett with the last tackle.
Third quarter, just 9 yards for Denver. And here I think is where Terrell Davis is such a weapon. The momentum switches to the Atlanta side. Now let's see if they get the ball to Terrell Davis a lot here and just take the wind again out of Atlanta's sails.
When Cincinnati threatened last week, that's exactly what they did. Elway goes deep. Shannon Sharp incomplete. Sharp had a couple of steps on the defenders too.
Yeah, it looked to me like Elway kind of threw it up. Just
one of those rainbow throws.
Yeah, but watch this. Watch what Terrell Davis does to 2 guys over here. 1, 2. How about that?
You're right. He does have the mentality of a defensive line.
Come on in here. Bring it in here. Actually, this is the first crucial down that Denver has faced in this football game, Charlie.
Third down 5, a definitive moment for the Broncos. Shotgun 3 wide. Atlanta shows pressure right up the middle. They drop out of the blitz, 4-man rush. Elway rolls out. On the move, hits Shannon Sharp for the first down.
Man.
Jesse Tuggle with the tackle.
Atlanta thinks they got it. Here's Sharp. And Elway has always had that ability to begin to run, but always keep looking downfield. Catches sight of Shannon Sharp, and he doesn't need to be set much to throw it, even without that bicep tendon.
43-yard line of Atlanta, first down, converting on third down 5. That's what makes him so great.
Yeah, always has.
Davis shut off right up the middle, a little slide step to the left, has a 7, maybe 8 yards on the play before William White makes the tackle.
That is a touchdown saving tackle, I might add, too. Watch the way he slides along the line here. It's not a clean hole. Regathers himself, and then if White doesn't grab that leg, Terrell Davis is in the end zone. But look at this, 2nd and 3. Comfortable spot to be in.
Davis now has rushed for 78 yards, 12 yards, 22 yards away from the 100 mark. 2 minutes to go in the third. Elway throws, one-hand grab by Ron Smith. Turns it back inside, back outside, 26-yard line, first down. Ray Buchanan with the tackle. I have the feeling that the Denver offense is okay. All right, you got close. Now we're going to show you some more of our weapons.
Frankly, Charlie, they have that ability. This is a crossing pattern run. Smith again with excellent hands and a big receiver. Elway stood in there under some pressure. Picks up the first down. You're right. I mean, they do have several gears. And they know how to turn it on. This is a team that knows how to win. They were 13-3 last year.
First down, 3-step drop on target. Pass is complete to Shannon Sharp. William White again with a tackle.
Now, we have seen Shannon Sharp in the flanker spot a lot today. That has worked today, but Charlie, more importantly, that's a message for next week's team. We are not afraid to put Shannon Sharp out as a flanker. Now, are you going to send your corner out there? If so, we'll throw inside. You're going to send your safety out there? We're going to throw it to Shannon Sharp. Gary Kubiak, Mike Shanahan, just another little branch off of that offensive tree that Denver has.
Second down 1. Also points out the ankle's okay.
Yeah, seems to be.
Elway complete to Detron Smith all the way into the end zone.
How about that?
Everybody misdirection, everybody going left. Elway rolls right. Detron Smith out of the backfield goes with him. 17 yards. Touchdown Denver.
His first catch of the season. It goes for a touchdown. Great fake. And, of course, the defense has to commit to Terrell Davis. Smith out there all by himself. Good block down the field by Smith also. And he waltzes into the end zone. And they go for 2 again.
For those of you joining us late, Jason Elam, their kicker, has a strained hip flexor, so they have been going for 2 rather than attempting the extra point because John Elway is the extra point kicker, the backup. Throws incomplete. Score will remain 29-14. 37 seconds left in the third. Back in a moment. Headline by Hanspard. Atlanta will go to work at about their own 33-yard line. Program notes. Tonight, an original movie thriller on NBC.
It's my son, duplicated and reduplicated.
You grew this from the cells of a single embryo.
Yes. Creating people for spare parts.
Oh, my God.
An NBC original movie Clone tonight on NBC.
Whoa. Heavy. Sounds like a good idea, but you might end up with 2 Paul McGuire. You know, experiments can go.
They might have missed both of us,
Yeah,
too, on
sure,
that.
sure.
To Paul McGuire. The world is not ready for that. Tripping Jamal Anderson had the opening to the outside, then just got tripped up. Will pick up about 5 yards on the play as Braxton covers him.
Well, just that quickly now Denver took the momentum away from Atlanta, quieted the crowd once again, so now Atlanta's offense has got to kind of crank it up again.
See if they can get something going. All right, that is the end of the third quarter. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. Denver leads it 29-14. This is the NFL on NBC. Byron Hanspard is the remaining back in this offensive set. The pitch is to Hanspard. Nailed at the 36-yard line by John Mobley. Let's look at the total yards of these two ball clubs. In the first half, Denver had 159 to 111. Third quarter alone, Atlanta 111 and Denver 64.
Yeah, one thing to remind you of, too, of the 111 yards that Atlanta got in the first half, they got 92 on their final drive of the first half. So it was a total Denver dominating first half. It cooled off in the third quarter, but still scored 6 points.
Third down 5, 36-yard line. Hit throwing as he was going down. Chris Chandler got it away. Emmanuel, the intended receiver, he was in the arms of Tanavasa.
Well, they are taking advantage of that offensive line. Again, you're going to see pressure coming from everywhere. 5 rush. One guy drops out. Chris Chandler kind of gets his knee bent a little funny.
Comes up limping.
Yeah, and he's being attended to.
Another look.
When you've got Hanspard, a running back, trying to block a defensive tackle, you will get your quarterback hurt.
Yeah.
No question about that. And Chandler hurt again. Here it is right here. You can't leave that inside guy, the big hat, for a running back. You need a big hat on the big hat. The offensive tackle, number 70, Whitfield, he turned out. And Chandler, again, just can't stay healthy. 6th team in 10 years, and it's always been because of an injury. Had a concussion 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, had a bruised sternum.
Yep.
And now,
a very tender ankle. Chandler, the first quarterback in NFL history to start for 6 teams: Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, Arizona, Rams, Houston, Atlanta. Billy Joe Tolliver started last week. He'll replace him. Now Chandler carried to the sideline. It is 4th.
Well, frankly, that was bound to happen. Get Chandler that hurt.
This one doesn't turn over. Fair catch is called for and taken at the 21-yard line, where Denver will go to work. 43 yards on the kick with no return as Chandler is being attended to on the sideline. We'll be back in a moment. 15-26. Chris Chandler on the sideline. Elway 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Denver starts at their own 21-yard line. Comes out fired to Shannon Sharp. Touchdown at the 26.
Charlie, let's go back to the injury. Most assignments are big hat on big hit. That is an offensive lineman on a defensive lineman. But you can see Tano Vasa has left the hand spart the running back. That is a mistake in pass protection. Now, I'm not sure who would make that mistake. But Whitfield is the experienced guy on the offensive line. He turned out on Alfred Williams. The guard went for the inside guy. And it left a defensive lineman on a running back, and you're never going to win that matchup.
Blitz is coming. It develops a run blitz. Terrell Davis is wrapped up by William White. White with a strong safety blitz.
Something they should have done at the beginning of the game. You're going to see just a rocket coming in here from the right to make the tackle before Terrell Davis can get underway. But again, the momentum taken out of Atlanta by either a big offensive play by Denver or, in the last case, a big defensive play by Denver.
3rd down 7. 3 wide receivers, open tight end. Shannon Sharp a couple of steps away from his tackle. He goes down on the batter, and Elway goes to the far side, has pressure. It's incomplete. 3 and out. Rod Smith, the intended receiver. Jerron Bolton, the coverage. Denver will be kicking to Atlanta. Billy Joe Tolliver will be the quarterback for the Falcons. We have 12:43 time remaining. 29-14, Denver leading. Ruin kicking to Todd Kitchen.
Charlie, that flag was thrown the minute that the ball was punted.
And another flag. We have 2 down, 40 yards on the kick with an 8-yard return. We'll check out the yellow flags. Big hand tack the referee. Carrying on a conversation with Shanahan. And the rest of the Broncos.
12 men on the field on the receiving team. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. 4th down.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the guy back. 12.
Well, if you're going to have, you can't hide.
Yeah, actually, in a game like this, maybe 12 should be allowed. As Chandler.
Speaking of 12, the number of Chandler. They're going into X-ray the left ankle. Oh, he's just shaking his head.
Yeah.
He knows something.
He has so many. He has had so many seasons lost because of an injury.
Yeah.
And has actually played pretty well in the previous 3 seasons when he was with Houston. I gave credit to Jerry Rome for teaching him how to play football. Comes here.
How to read the defense, showing what the safeties. That will tell you what to do when you learn how to read it. He said, I didn't know till I met up with Jerry Rome.
And then he comes here and just can't stay healthy for 4 quarters.
24-yard line, Kitchen on the return to the 30, cuts back to 35, 40. Nice return, good field position. Around the 43-yard line, Keith Burns with the tackle, 46-yard run. A 17-yard return as Chris Chandler goes in for 2-yard line first down. Billy Joe Tolliver, the quarterback. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 52%. He's been sacked 7 times. Back to throw. His pressure at the middle, and he misses, incomplete. Terrence Mathis, the intended receiver. Gordon had the coverage. Chance to check out the ticker. Washington leading Jacksonville. Arizona in front of Tampa Bay with 8 minutes to go. Detroit in front of Green Bay. A couple of upsets working in those 2 ball games. Pittsburgh 37-9 over Tennessee. Giants 14, New Orleans 9. Mike Ditka still looking for his second win. An interesting afternoon of the National Football.
If it stays like that, very interesting.
Denver 29, Atlanta 14 here at the Georgia Dome. Tolliver sets up deep. Over the middle. Pass is complete. Pulled in by Bert Emanuel, has scored one of the 2 touchdowns for the Falcons, and Ray Crockett makes the tackle.
Crossing pattern using the speed of Bert Emanuel. Actually pretty good protection for Billy Joe Tolliver. Just a 4-man rush. Good job done up front. And a nice easy completion. When you give the quarterback time, you also give the receiver time to get open, and you can make those completions.
Manuel 6 catches, 51 yards. First down. Denver 47-yard line. Five-man rush, 6-man rush. 2 linebackers blitzing. Against the screen to Anderson. Has it. Inside the 30, still going inside the 20. Breaks the tackle. He's going to score. The Falcons are right in the middle of this one. 47 yards. Von Hebron is the return man. He'll bring it out to the 10, the 15, to the 20. Nice return. Ball comes loose. It was down by contact. 23-yard line. Lenny McGill for the Falcons makes the tackle. Here's the last 3 possessions of Atlanta. Eddie Sutter also in on that stop. Touchdown, punt, touchdown. Not bad.
No, not bad at all, especially with the way that the Atlanta Falcons played to begin the game in the first half.
Hebron is down. That's Von Hebron of the Denver. Next Sunday, Bob and I will be in Miami for the Kansas City Dolphins game. We'll be joined by Randy Cross. We're looking forward to that one. All right, the Broncos have been struggling here. Although leading, old Mo, momentum has shifted to the Falcons. The crowd is into it here at the Georgia Dome. They need to pitch back. Flea flicker. Going deep on the flea flicker. They could call offensive pass interference on that.
They sure could.
But they don't. McCaffrey was going deep on the flea flicker. The hand to Terrell Davis. The lateral back to John Elway.
Devin Bush is going to be the one that's involved in this. And Charlie, I agree with you. You are absolutely right.
Elway was nailed, and he runs right into him.
Yeah, McCaffrey does a little acting. Well carried out, but the defensive backs of Atlanta stay deep. And McCaffrey, there is the hit right on John Elway.
Henri Crockett.
Blitz.
Draw. Davis. Nothing. It'll be 3rd down. Woo. In this half, the Broncos have had only 3 first downs and 68 yards total offense.
That is in part due to the success they had in the first half. It is very common for a team to just take a series off, a drive off. Unfortunately, Denver took a corner off, and now they're in a tough spot.
Cornelius Bennett and Chuck Smith for the Falcons on that last play. Broncos 6 of 11 on 3rd down. The pattern. This will be close to the first down. Let's see with the struggle in the spot to reach with the ball. Willie Green, who has scored a touchdown for the Broncos, struggling, trying to get on 3rd down an extra inch or 2 in the grasp of Jerron Bolden. It's all up to the official on that side. That's a hard call. They were all over the place together.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. It all depends on the spot. There's no way to tell. But from where they have it sitting there, it looks short, but that's not the official down marker. The official down marker is on the other side of the field, which they'll bring over and measure. No, actually, I'm wrong. That is the official down marker.
Meanwhile, Atlanta trainers are going across the field. A stinger is the report on Vaughn Hebron. Now the trainers are coming. One is still out.
I don't think they made it.
No. Almost a yard shot. Not even worth the measurement.
Yeah, and Shanahan, no question whatsoever, punt it.
Oh, yeah.
Take it away.
And Todd Kitchen, the return man, comes running out. The defense all pumped up as they come off the field. 29-21 Denver. Lots of time remaining. 9:49. There's Kitchen. Tom Rowan. Now this time he's counting. Remember they had 12 men on the field. He's counting. Make sure. All right, check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He got it right. Okay. Rowan, who has had an excellent afternoon punting. Good snap. Does it again. Fair catch. 25-yard line. Atlanta will go to work at their 25-yard line with just over 9.5 minutes remaining. Back in a moment. Seconds left in the ball game. Atlanta closing in on Denver. They have been closing in total offense as well as on the scoreboard. 291 yards to 320 for Denver. Billy Joe Tolliver, the quarterback. A moment ago, 47-yard touchdown pass to Jamal Anderson. Look at the second half. 159 yards to 77 for Denver. The draw, Anderson. He'll have a couple of yards on the play, maybe 3. That'll be it.
Charlie, I'll make this comment. It is so difficult in the middle of a football game to kind of reignite a fire. You know, you spend all week, and when you travel, you get yourself excited to play the game. When the game starts, you kind of lose your edge a little bit. And Denver dominated so much in the first half that, frankly, both sides of the ball for Denver has kind of lost his edge a little bit, and Atlanta's taking advantage of it.
I think they listened to your opening when you said they had no chance, no shot.
Well, I'll say it next week, too, whoever they play, just to help.
Against New England? No. That's a toss-up. Second down and 7.
Blitz.
Over the middle. Pass is complete. 30-yard line. Nice defensive play by Ray Crockett, bringing down Bert Emanuel at the 30.
And Mobley, 51 this time, draped all over Billy Joe Tolliver. He gets just enough time to throw the thing across the middle. This has been one of the most consistent things that Denver has done all day long, is pressure up the middle. And that's Traylor down on his feet. Mobley was also there. And a lot of people around the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons.
One of those dozen or half dozen defining plays of a ball game. Third down and 5 for Atlanta at their 30-yard line. 3 wide receivers on the right side. Flag is down. Comes back to this side. Has the first down. If it stands up, there was a flag. Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Emanuel pulled it in, stepped out of bounds. The marker. The center, Calvin Collins, is down.
Offside. Defense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play. First down.
I think what you're going to see is Michael Dean Perry. He's tilted here. He's trying to anticipate the snap count. Got in the neutral zone, so it is a free first down. And you're right, the center, Calvin Collins, comes to the sideline to be attended to. I noticed his replacement is Adam Schreiber.
Adam Schreiber, who does the snapping. Tolliver sets and overthrows the intended receiver. Bob Christian out of the backfield. Romanowski picked him up. Another flag.
That was a very late flag, too, I might add.
Personal foul.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 90 on the defense. First down.
That's Theo Smith.
Charlie, this was way after the play. That ball was already on the ground, and they were starting to assemble back at the line of scrimmage when the flag is thrown. So,
with the penalty, the ball goes out to the 50-yard line. First down. 7:39. Top of the screen.
Here's Neil Smith. He gets knocked to the ground, and then what happens? Oh, he tries to knee him, and Dick Hantak caught him.
Tolliver back. Trying to set up a screen. Now he wants to go long. Comes back to the screen. Incomplete. Another flag is down. Really, flag on every play.
Yeah, well, that's an offensive lineman downfield, illegally downfield.
Robert Toback, number 61, we believe, was downfield.
I think you have your choice. There were a couple, three of them down there.
Ineligible receiver on the offense, number 69.
That was
beyond the line of
Gene
scrimmage.
Williams, the other guard, the right guard.
Repeat the down. First down.
It was a screen, then a delay. He looked long, and on a screen, you're just going to release after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, and this is just, the timing is destroyed, and there's Williams across the line of scrimmage. And when the timing of a screen is destroyed, I mean, it's the offensive lineman's job to be downfield blocking.
First down, 15, 45-yard line of Atlanta. You're looking at 68, Calvin Collins, the starting center. The rookie from Texas A&M was on the sideline. Tolliver sets, he'll be sacked. Wrapped up at the 40-yard line. It'll be second down, 20. Alfred Williams got it.
Alfred Williams been kind of quiet today, but there has certainly been consistent pressure. Williams beats Bob Whitfield, probably the best offensive lineman that Atlanta has, and he gets up underneath Whitfield for that sack. First sack this season.
Fourth of the ball game for the Broncos, and remember last week he rambled 51 yards for the touchdown against Cincinnati. Second down, 20. Tolliver rolls, sets, goes deep, turns back. The receiver did not turn back in time. Todd Kitchen, he was throwing on the break. He was out of time. If Kitchen turns just a split second earlier, could have picked it up. Didn't have a chance to pick it up.
And Charlie, that's just a case of the backup quarterback now playing starting quarterback. I'm sure these two guys have not had a great deal of time together this week in practice. Chris Chandler takes most of the step. Now, Kitchen is not a starting receiver, but at the same time, there's a little more snaps between the two during the week. That probably works.
We still have no words on the x-rays to the ankle of Chris Chandler. Third down opportunities. Atlanta is 4 of 10, and they have a timeout. Stopping the clock with 6:59. That is the time remaining in the ball game. Denver is up by 8. With the early lead, 7-0, then out 15-0, up 23-0. Then it was 23-7, 23-14, 29-14, 29-21. Leading with 8:46 to go in the first half, 23-0. And handling the Atlanta Falcons. Third down and 20. Kitchen showing a little motion on this side. Goes across the middle. Tolliver being chased. Kitchen is cut back. Underneath the coverage. Pass is complete to the running back, Harold Green. He picks him about 15 yards, but remember, he needed 20. Do you gamble here? It'll be 4th down and 5. Kicking team comes out. A lot of time, 6:35. Dan Reeves does not want to gamble the game on this one play, because if you don't make it, Denver has tremendous field position.
Yeah, and I think also Dan Reeves, in all instances, will do the most conservative thing.
Darian Gordon is the return man.
Tolliver hung onto that football for a long time, trying to catch somebody at around the 20-yard depth so they could pick up that first down.
Yes. Here's the kick. Almost straight up and straight down. It bounces. And it will go in for the touchback to bring it out to the 20. Time now for Charlie's Memories. This is a game that I did on October the 30th, 1960. This is Old Bears Stadium, now Mile High. This is the way it started. Frank Tripucka for Denver to Bob McNamara. against the Dallas Texans. But a fashion statement. If you'll notice, the vertical striped socks that were the trademark of the Broncos in 1960. That is the only sock remaining. All the rest were burned. This is the office of the Denver Broncos.
Why didn't they burn that one? Why in the world wouldn't you burn that one?
The Texans, by the way, went on to win 17-14. The crowd was 13,002.
That many?
Yes. Big turnout. Terrell Davis is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Back to the 19-yard line. It'll be second down, 11.
Charlie, now Atlanta's letting it all hang out here. Rich Brooks is coming with safety blitzes. That was William White, number 35, coming from the strong safety spot to be in the backfield. And frankly, that's what Atlanta has to do. They got to come up with a turnover here for good field position for their offense.
Second and 11, 5.5 minutes left. Elway, here comes the blitz. He has to get rid of it. There's nobody there. They can call. They'll call it intentionally grounding. The flag comes down. That's what will be the call. He wasn't outside of the tight end. Straight back, nobody at home.
I see 6 guys coming. Elway recognizes it completely and just heaves it out there. And he gets up, complains a little bit, but this is an excellent call.
Henry Crockett, Dan Owens, Chuck Smith.
Yeah, that's where he's allowed. Once he
Atlanta 0-4. Denver 4-0. Pressure downfield, incomplete. It will be fourth down. Denver will have to kick it away. Atlanta could well have excellent field position with 5 minutes left in the ballgame. Now 5:16.
Well, Denver sky high in the first half, absolutely flat in the second half, and that's that lead. I don't know how you coach around a lead that big. I really don't.
If our friend Al Michaels was here, would you say, do you believe in miracles?
Well, Atlanta's hoping, at least some of these fans.
They have a shot at it, don't they? They have a legitimate shot at pulling off the upset. They were 2 touchdown underdogs. Todd Kitchen, 45 to the far side, and about 4 yards on the return. But good field position for the Falcons. 49 yards of the kick, a 5-yard return.
Gary Kubiak was the backup to John Elway. Mike Shanahan played the role of Gary Kubiak, helping the head coach with the offense.
Not a lot on the ground for Byron Hanspard. Playing with that stinger in his shoulder. Alfred Williams with the tackle. Gain of a yard, second down 9. I'm surprised they're running the ball.
Well, I think they're scared to death of this zone blitz package that the Broncos have put together today. They've been around the quarterback all day long, but running the ball, the net result is second and 9. This is the blitz package down.
Denver shows 4-man front. Only a 4-man rush. Screen, Anderson.
Well, that is a big tackle by Mobley.
Yes.
That's the screen that Jamal Anderson scored on. Here's 51. The screen is going to be set up this way, but watch the job that Mobley does, because frankly Anderson has he has blockers out there in front of him. 3 of them.
Yes.
Now how in the world does Mobley get? Look at that. Great job. Outstanding job of blowing up that particular screen. That's the biggest play, defensive play the Broncos have had in the second half.
Third down 4. Pressure, Tolliver hit, he's brought down, sack. Ball comes out, but he was down. Alfred Williams gets it.
There's John Tierlink, the pass rush specialist. Here's Williams, and frankly, he never really gets Billy Joe on the ground, but he just pushes Whitfield right back into Billy Joe Tolliver, and then hips him down, like a hip check. Gets him to the turf. Dan
Straczynski kicking to Darian Gordon. Time remaining, 3:50. 15 and counting. Another good kick. Fair catch. 13-yard line. Flag down.
Holding on receivers during the punt. Number 39 will penalize from where possession was gained.
Oh, wait a minute. I saw Dan Reeves saying wave off that penalty.
Yeah.
We don't want that penalty.
I believe it was 39. I believe it was Ray Crockett, though. He can't wave it off.
Holding during the punt on the receivers. Number 39 will penalize half the distance to the goal line. First down.
It's interesting. Maybe they didn't have a choice, but both Dan Reeves and Dick Camillus, the special teams coach, is saying refuse the penalty. We don't care. Leave it alone. But it was given to him anyway.
Huh, that's interesting. Denver 7-yard line. Terrell Davis for a couple of yards. Time now to take a look at the Miller Lite game summary.
Davis still needs 26 yards for his 5th straight 100-yard game to open the season. That 17 of 32, 236, 3 touchdowns. That 1 interception was a bit of poor judgment.
And the unexpected number in the ballgame.
Because of the injury to Jason Elam, the Broncos are 2 of 3 on 2-point conversions.
And again, the backup short kicker is
John Elway. He's also learning to fly. Maybe he can fly the charter home. Oh, what heck? You know, we can.
That was the Miller time game summary.
There's Elam on the sideline. From the first quarter on, he has not been on the field.
Jason is from Snellville, Georgia. Timeouts left. Denver has 3. Atlanta has 1. Second down and 7. The ball at the 10-yard line. 2:56 time remaining. Broncos lead it by 8. Falcons showing blitz. They do. Couple of yards for Terrell Davis. That's it. You keep looking at the scoreboard. Timeout. Atlanta will take their last timeout. That's good clock management. 2:46 left. Codius Bennett and John Burrow on that last tackle.
And Charlie, you saw 9 guys filling 10 gaps on that offensive line to stop that run.
I keep looking at the scoreboard to make sure Denver's still leading, because you have the feeling that Atlanta is right there. They are there, but they're not in front. They haven't led in the ballgame. 29-21 Denver. The second game of the doubleheader. The Chargers at the Oakland Raiders. Third down and 6. Elway throws, and it will be enough for the first down. He goes to the far side to Willie Green, who has scored a touchdown and had a very good ball game. Jerron Bolden was there to cover him, but they do pick up the first down, converting a third down opportunity.
Yeah, Charlie, last situation that Denver had, same play called. It was 3rd and long, expecting the Atlanta blitz, got it. But remember, Willie Green was just a little bit short. He went to the sideline, and Shanahan said, get across the 10-yard marker, make the first down. Willie Green did, and they do have a first down.
And I do have good news for Atlanta Falcons. X-rays Chris Chandler are negative. He will not come back in this ball game, but no broken bones, negative X-rays on the ankle. That is good news.
But now in 3 successive weeks, he's had a concussion, he had a bruised sternum, and now a badly sprained ankle.
Denver still, they're leading here. They are undefeated. New England has a bye this week. Jacksonville lost to Washington today, 24-12, so there are only 3 left at this moment in time. And speaking of moment in time, the Atlanta Falcons are running out of time. No more timeouts.
Yeah, no more timeouts inside 2 minutes. 3 snaps, 45 seconds each gives you, what, 135 seconds? 2 minutes is 120 seconds. There's nothing that the Atlanta Falcons can do, and John Elway will use every possible second.
He will milk that clock, won't he? He has 3 timeouts to work with should he need them. He may do that here. He may just take the count down to 1 second. That's what he's going to do, and then take his first timeout. Minute 14 left. It will now be reset to 25 seconds in this situation.
That is correct. I don't know why they would stop the clock here. I don't know what's necessary unless they felt they needed one more tick off the clock. But still, the next play will consume 45 seconds. The third down, so there's 90 seconds. 90 seconds that are going to have to expire here in the next 2 plays, and game's over.
Meanwhile, Terrell Davis, 23 rushes for 79 yards.
So his streak ends at 4.
Unless he breaks one here, he will be handling the football.
See that list of consecutive 100-yard games to start a season, headed by Jim Brown in 1958.
No, this is kneel down time.
Yeah, game is over. But I'm not sure why they took that timeout, why they thought that was necessary.
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
That's for somebody else to ask.
That's right. It will be 3rd down.
He's not going to get another carry.
No, but he will have got a nice meal. Mom is waiting back in Aurora, Colorado.
He's like John Elway. The team stats are more important
That's right.
than his individual stats. He'll take the win.
The only stat important to the Denver Broncos, 5-0. Setting up that a week from tomorrow night, they will host the New England Patriots, who are also undefeated. The kneel down, reset the clock. You're right. It's all over. 21 seconds on the game clock and 32 seconds on the play clock, and that is it. The Denver Broncos were sorely tested by the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons have played everyone except last week. They played everyone very, very well. They played them tough. They're still looking for that elusive first victory.
Yeah.
But you can begin to see what Dan Reeves is building here in Atlanta.
And I think last week they made a mistake. They went out there a day early to San Francisco.
Yep.
And when you play the 49ers in San Francisco and you sit around there for an extra day, nothing good happens.
We'll be back in just a moment.
Weekend as the leading rusher in the National Football League. He's also the subject of tonight's cover story with Tom Jackson.
Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through.
It's almost like being against the world. Although you have, 10 guys on your team, it's really 11 on 11. But when you're out there, you have to understand there's 11 people out there trying to get you. And you have to have a soldier mentality. 5-star general. There's no question about it. He's in command. He's the highest ranking official in that brigade. Really, I'm like a grunt actually, because I'm out there doing all the stuff.
He's just a true warrior.
Move up and let the man go. Let the man go.
It is a mindset born out of necessity. At 5'11" and 208 pounds, Terrell Davis is built to be elusive. But his warrior mentality allows him to also wear down defenses.
I think a lot of times I like to inflict pain on people sometimes, The first guy can never bring him down because he runs so hard.
I don't care if it's a yard in the backfield, he'll hit somebody and all of a sudden he gains 2 or 3 yards.
His strength is very deceptive. And, he is the type of guy that is between the tackles. He's downhill all the time. He's always falling forward. Those DBs are just worrying about slowing him down so the guys can catch up and tackle him. But first eyes, the guy's not going to get him.
Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through.
I put it like this. I don't see him dodging very many people unless he got a clear-cut move where he's going to move. But if it's a DB, he's looking to punish the defensive back. He knows that.
DBs, I think, 9 times out of 10, I'll try to run them over. Just because next time it gives something to think about once I get back there. And if I ran them over one time, then the next time I come back, give him a little finesse move, and maybe I'll be out the gate.
He doesn't want to take unnecessary punishment, but he realized come fourth quarter, if he's pounding on him like he's supposed to for the first 3 quarters, the fourth quarter is when the big one's going to take place. They don't realize how big Terrell is. I mean, you know, you just look at him, you think he's around 200, but actually he's about 210. And come fourth quarter, those guys in the secondary, they don't want to tackle Terrell.
If I know if they're tired, you know, then they're not going to tackle us hard. They're going to probably just hit you instead of rapping. They're not going to do the fundamental things that it takes to bring me down. And I can tell by just looking over it, I can see them breathing hard. They're always hunched over on the knees. So that's my time where I think I need to strike.
Move aside and let the man go through. Let the man go through.
Davis, who needs 16 yards tonight to regain the NFL rushing lead again, is like all the great running backs. He gets stronger as the game goes on. As the Broncos are trying to eat up the clock late in the game and field position to boot, Terrell Davis gets better. His numbers are at their best in the fourth quarter of his first 5 games.
Following us at the bottom of the hour, NFL Prime Monday. And yes, a prime matchup between the only 2 unbeaten teams left in the league, the Broncos and the Patriots. With more on what to look for, here's Mike Tirico.
Okay, Robin, thanks, of course, with Sterling Sharp and Joe Theismann getting ready for Prime Monday, but let's go back to Terrell Davis. We just saw the story on Davis. Here's a guy who really has added a running game for John Elway, something that's long been talked about. What are your impressions of this running back?
Well, from the days of Roger Craig, who made that running game famous, what you look at in Terrell Davis is he runs as well from 7 yards as he does in split backs in 5. And what that does is allow him, he's got great patience getting to the hole. He's also got great vision in finding the hole.
And after he gets through the hole, he has that ability to make moves on people, make at least 1 or 2 guys miss. Now, you cannot bring him down with an arm tackle. He has that great explosion, great lower body that once he gets in the secondary, it takes 2, 3, 4 people to bring him down. He's fast, he makes a miss, and he runs with a lot of power.
Davis, one of the interesting matchups tonight, if he gets past the defensive line, Ted Johnson, Patriots linebacker, will try to stop him. Johnson, the Colorado guy, had to buy a lot of tickets. This is a big game coming up. Monday Night Football is unbeaten New England against unbeaten Denver. Drew Bledsoe is our backstage feature on Prime Monday coming up after Patriots and Broncos.
Joe is really working too hard.
Yeah.
Really.
Not good.
Wait.
Redskins, Cowboys, let's see where they go next week. This little sound
Wait
effect.
till next week. You know, it's not fair doing a game like this with him, with Denver playing.
Why?
Well, he knows everything. His brother plays. His brother tells him everything. I'm going to adopt somebody.
They call the Joint Chiefs tonight, Mike, if this thing gets out of hand. Not the president. May want to talk to the Joint Chiefs.
I am going to adopt the New England Patriots.
Which is?
Curtis Martin. Okay. He's my cousin.
So he's got Shannon Sharp, so you'll have
Curtis
Curtis
was my
Martin.
twin. Curtis Martin is my cousin. Now I got somebody on the team as well.
Hi, welcome to Prime Monday. More Jaws and Mark Malone going to be along. Sterling Sharp, Joe Theismann, of course. I'm Mike Tirico. First pitch of the baseball game is not until 8:11, not 8 o'clock. You have plenty of time to hang out with us and get ready for the biggest game of the 97 season to this point. And this is really rare. It's only the 5th time in the 78-year history of the league that 2 undefeated teams are meeting this late in the season. The first time in nearly a quarter century that 2 teams are without a loss this late in the season and going head-to-head. 5-0 Denver. They have won 4 of their games by double digits. The AFC champion Pats are coming off a bye and are 4-0. They've held 3 teams in single digits, so their defense is playing great. Mark Malone joins us. He's out at Mile High. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mike, and welcome to Mile High, where I can tell you the hype's a lot thicker than the air out here. I can remember when I saw 2 teams so similar. You look at the 2 quarterbacks. They both have 12 touchdowns so far this season. The 2 running backs, when you have Curtis Martin and Terrell Davis, both similar. Even the tight end, Shannon Sharp and Ben Coates, play big offensive roles with their teams. The only difference between the 4-0 Pats and the 5-0 Broncos, well, it's been the bye week that New England has most recently enjoyed. However, when you talk to Denver head coach Mike Shanahan, he's not convinced that 2 weeks off is an advantage.
Sometimes I think it hurts a little bit. I mean, I don't like the bye weeks. I'd rather keep on going with the normal routine. For them, it's a little bit longer, not only having the bye week, but playing in a Monday night game.
2 weeks is a long time for Drew Bledsoe to sit around and think about a 9-game losing streak to the Broncos and the pressure he's likely to face against a very aggressive Denver defense.
Great quarterbacks always sting you when you blitz them and find a way to do that and hit the right receiver and all. And Drew's learning how to do that. But I think all quarterbacks, you know, you get hit a bunch, you got to start adjusting.
You do not want to be the guy to make the first hit if you're a linebacker. Let your defensive front work. Make sure your linebackers are standing home protecting their gaps. I think offensively, control and patience, and they're going to spread the field. You're going to throw the football down to your big guns, but what you want to do is dink and dunk early. Make sure you keep the game under control. You don't want to lose the game trying for big plays.
I don't agree with that, and I'll tell you why. Especially if you're New England, I think you have to go in to Mile High and you have to be aggressive. You can't go out there and let the fans get involved in the game. You can't run Curtis Martin, go 3 and out. Run Curtis Martin, go 3
to work
and
there,
out.
and also in San Francisco and now Denver. And while the 45-year-old coach of the Broncos doesn't show lots of emotion, in tonight's soundtracks you'll see why many of his players like him.
Damn, I kind of like those shoes. I like those.
They say something, though.
Yeah, they make a statement.
They say something. I don't know what it is, though.
You a little scared? Yeah, you look a little scared.
Scared of what we're going to do to them, other than we might get arrested.
Let's go. Set the tempo. Set the tempo. Okay, we got what we want. Come on, baby. Come on. There you go. There you go. Hit it. Hit it. Come on. Yeah. You're getting a lot of pressure, aren't you? They're going to have to go to quicker passes. Drag slants, sticks, those type things until...
With 2 guys coming from that side, they don't have enough people to get a Sam-like blitz.
Sam-like blitz. Okay, far trips left, 377 wide stick. Come on. Come on.
Will roll right, looks right, fires in the end zone, pass caught, right spin, touchdown.
Great route. You see that route? Great route, Rod. Great job utilizing the clock, too. Yeah! No! Uh-oh. No! Let's go with a 14. Strong. Instead of the 18. Okay. Hit it. There you go. Come on, baby. Come on. There you go. Yeah!
They get the ball, we kneel down, right? So
well, let me say this to you. I don't know if it's important, but TD needs 2 yards for the biggest rushing game in the NFL this year. So 215, 216 is the biggest game of the year. It would be top game of the year.
Okay. We'll give it 2. Okay, baby. This is a game right here. We had something happen today for the first time in club history. First guy over 200 yards, and obviously game ball for TD and the offensive line.
Something like that, getting that player in for those couple of extra yards might seem selfish and stat-oriented to you at home, but means a lot to those guys in the locker room, you would think. The Broncos, they have the highly touted offense, but the Patriots are the higher-ranked offense right now, even though that means very little first week of October. Bledsoe got off to a great start. Drew threw his first 8 touchdown pass. Elway will become second on the all-time leading offense list. As Mike Wilbon kicks off this week's Prime Monday Minutes, he looks at the class of 83's last likely super shot.
Jim Kelly, Tony Eason, Ken O'Brien, and Todd Blackledge have all retired. Dan Marino, great as he is, inspires us to talk about stats more than victories. Only one man from the great quarterback class of 1983 is still capable of putting a team on his back and taking it to the Super Bowl, and that is John Elway, who at 37 years old is the best quarterback of his class and at the moment the best quarterback of any class. Sure, it would be nice if Marino got another crack at a Super Bowl, but Elway has done more to earn that right than anybody. It's Elway who's missed a grand total of 10 games in 14 seasons. It's Elway who's led more fourth-quarter comebacks than Roger Staubach or Joe Montana. It's Elway who always seems to have a flawed supporting cast, but nevertheless keeps producing masterpieces. Now, with a team that seems more complete than any he's played with, and an upset in last year's playoffs providing that extra sense of urgency, we'll start to find out tonight whether John Elway can get back to the Super Bowl and give the quarterback class of 83 the only thing it doesn't have, a championship. Mitch?
Thanks, Mike. Wasn't it just a blink ago the Indianapolis Colts were one Hail Mary?
Third place on the Broncos' all-time catch list behind Vance Johnson. Shannon can pick up the numbers in terms of offensive production tonight. A little bit later in Prime Monday, we go back to Lyle Alzado and the Orange Crush days.